Do you mind if I have the door open? I know I went to Senegal on my holidays last year, but I really can't take this heat.
It is getting a bit Kew Gardenish, isn't it?
Well, as Tom makes you economise on everything now, I'm surprised he allows a fire when it's so mild.
Well, considering it helps to heat our bath water and cook our meals, it'd be a bit silly to ask me to put it out.
Ever loyal.
Oh, there! I think I might have used too much mixture.
You have to make your own, do you?
Want to? Well, you must admit I got it to rise. I think I'd better put it out to cool.
Hello, hello. Hello, Margot. Nice bit of thigh.
It works, doesn't it? Your smile's got dimples.
So is your little bum, my dear.
Jerry, look at the state of your trousers.
Get up. This is no time for trousers. This is a time for rejoicing. Fill the mead cup and drain the barrel. My sail, my sail.
I'm sorry, Tom, but I cannot go into transports of delight every time you accomplish some little thing.
Some little thing. The miracle of light. Some little thing.
Yes, be fair, Margot. The man's just built his own generator.
Very well. If it'll make everyone happy if I say congratulations, Tom, then congratulations, Tom.
You always were the one for the spontaneous outburst.
It doesn't require the most enormous amount of effort. I mean, I'd sooner pay the electricity bills, personally.
I'd sooner you paid the electricity bills personally.
Meaning what, Jerry?
When I come home from the office, sometimes our house looks like the Blackpool illuminations.
So you want me to stumble about in the dark, do you?
I'm just saying you might consider the price of electricity sometimes.
I'm very sorry, Jerry. Perhaps we ought to live in an almshouse and be done with it.
You'd have made a marvellous photographer, the way you enlarge everything.
That's very fair. Coming from someone who's just forbidden me to burn a single electric light bulb in my own house.
I'm just saying you might save it sometimes. For instance, when you're upstairs and you come downstairs, turn off the light upstairs.
And fall down the stairs. Look, Jerry, if you want me to fall down the stairs, why don't you just trip me up or loosen the stair rods or simply throw me bodily down and have done with it?
Don't tempt me.
Look, I am the centre of attraction at the moment.
Unless I do my nude clog dance on the draining board.
Ah, unless you do your nude clog dance, yes. In the meantime, it's Tom Good and his magic switch. On, off, on, off, on, off.
And it's your assistant Rita who does it left-handed. On, off.
Thank you, Rita. For my next trick, I shall make Margot smile.
You two really are. You're getting a bit above yourselves. Anybody would think you invented electricity itself.
At least you agree with me on something, Jerry. Even if you did start a silly argument in front of Tom and Barbara and threaten to throw me down the stairs. To my original point, I would rather rely on the national grid system.
Unless, of course, there are power cuts.
What's that, Barbara?
Well, this mob of neo-Marxists down the power station, they're threatening cuts. Imminent, you said, Margot?
Imminent. Likely. Possible. I mean, it's all the same word.
Well, I hope they change their minds. I mean, your power cuts can be rotten, especially for people without their own generators.
Oh, Tom, for people without their own generators, it's going to be terrible. I mean, power cuts always cause accidents, you know. Sometimes people are falling downstairs in the dark. That's right.
Yes, quite. Oh, it must be rotten not to have your own generator.
You two are bloody unbearable, aren't you? Say, well, I'm going to be unbearable now. What are you having for lunch?
Bread and cheese.
We are having game soup, smoked salmon, and a rather drinkable bottle of hock. Ready, Margot?
Bravo, Jerry. A point to us. I will say this, Tom and Barbara. Pride has been known to come before a fall.
Oh, we're humbled. Don't forget your candles.
Thank you very much.
Dear old Margot, I do like her.
I don't know, because she offers herself up for the slaughter so readily, I suppose. Hey, bread and cheese?
Right, cheese.
Right. Ah, good old Geraldine. Bread?
Bread?
Right. Come along, woman, I'm starving. Food, food! Bread? What are you having?
You know, your back garden looks just as ridiculous as your front garden.
Hello, Jerry.
Pigs said their first word yet?
I got £5 last week. Look at the size of those beans. Broad, French dwarfs, runners. I'm picking radishes and lettuces, of course. Mind you, the goat gave us a bit of a fright last week. Very poor as she was.
You know, you're becoming a self-sufficiency bore. Give it a rest. Come and have a round of golf.
You're joking. Hey, how come you've got Friday off anyway? Been crawling round Sir again?
Yes. Or fishing. You haven't been fishing for ages.
I haven't got time for all that.
You know, you're not as much fun as you used to be, Tom.
Shouldn't have married me then, should you?
Those lettuces look very nice.
What one?
Thanks.
Swap me for a fag.
This is the man who used to throw away his luncheon vouchers.
Ah, tar. Haven't had a drag for weeks. There we are. Cool, blimey. Doesn't half make your head go round, doesn't it? Ooh. Oh, typical Jerry. He's got the day off. All he's doing is mooning about in his back garden. I don't know. He looks like a little boy who's got nobody to play with.
We could play with Margot.
Oh, no. No. Never in the afternoon. They only wanted me to go fishing. Fishing? As if I've got time to go fishing.
I think that's a very good idea. I think you should go fishing. I can manage you on my own quite easily.
So, you want me out of the house? You're having an affair, aren't you? Come on, come on. Who is your paramour? It's the postman, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, I thought so. He's been franking your neck again.
I couldn't help myself. What woman could say no to a bit of first-class mail? I think you should go fishing.
What's the point?
Fish is food. Fresh food. That's the point.
Look, where we go isn't all your trout and salmon and reserve casting stations. It's just tench and perch and pushing where you can.
So, tench souffle, grilled perch with bay leaves. Fantastic. That's to say nothing of pike and carp.
Where did you learn all this?
Do you know there are hundreds of things that people don't eat anymore, but we should because most of them are free, including freshwater fish. Now, look at that.
What's this? Forgotten foods. I can see why they call it that. There's a bit of jam on page 38.
It's a library book. I got it the other day when I went to graze a goat on the common.
You didn't take the goat in the library, did you?
No, she hasn't got a ticket. No, I left her in the bicycle racks. The point is, Tom, that this book could be a gold mine. I mean, there are so many things that people don't eat anymore, but we should. I mean, cheap things, just because they're not fashionable. Things like pigeon. I mean, pigeons aren't posh anymore. And hares and eels and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Tick PG. What about this? Look, wall fruit.
Oh, that sounds nice. What's that?
Dorsetshire snails.
Oh, English escargot. Just imagine, all we need is the £8,000 rail fare to Dorset. We could get them for nothing.
Wonder what Surbiton snails taste like. Rabbits.
No, they're not at all like rabbits.
Half a mile up there, up the road. On the road, the golf course. I've driven off there with a whole gallery of rabbits watching me. Well, they're all dinners, aren't they?
Well, exactly, and they're not cheap. They're free.
Right. Next time I play golf, I won't take a 1-iron, I'll take a 12-ball. And never mind about a golf course full of rabbits. There's that river full of fish. I mean, you probably haven't thought of this, but I should go fishing.
Oh, clear off.
Good. Not too keen.
We're not supposed to be. It's for the chicken.